Hello, I am Chrissy Elger, CEO of Beastmode Marketing and Freedom Mastering Coaching Program, all services for business owners in the hair, beauty, and aesthetics industry. And you're probably watching this video because you're curious to know what our marketing strategy is about at Beastmode Marketing. So I'm going to spend this time with you really stepping out what we do and how we do things, how we're different to other people, and whether this marketing strategy is actually going to be a good fit for your salon or clinic. So first and foremost, our marketing strategy is all about running paid ads. So it's not an organic social media strategy. It's about running offer-based marketing for Instagram and Facebook. And when I say offer, I mean that basically the marketing that we do is designed to get you immediate bookings. Okay, so an offer will go out to your audience. It will be a promotional service offering that compels the person that sees this ad to actually book an appointment. Now, this is very different to other marketing strategies such as organic social media, and other slow burn strategies that don't necessarily command a booking. It might do other things like establish your brand, your trust, your authority. But, sometimes those marketing strategies take time to develop and warm your audience up in a way where they're ready to book, whereas our Facebook ad marketing is designed to get your audience booked immediately upon seeing the ad. So the way that we do that is through direct response style advertisement. And I'll go through what that means in a minute. But when you put an offer together that's really compelling, they don't necessarily need all of the warm-up activities such as the brand awareness and the authority and all of the other things that often influence whether somebody is going to book an appointment or not. It's normally that the ad that we have created is so compelling that they just book anyway. So direct response marketing is designed to get a direct response, an immediate action from somebody. And in the way that we market, that is a booking. So this marketing strategy is ideal for salons and clinics that need to fill their appointment books. Okay, so if you need bums on seats, you need immediate bookings, this is the best strategy that you can use to facilitate that in a timely manner. Often, sometimes clinic and salon owners will invest in other marketing strategies that don't tend to deliver time optimal results. The volume marketing strategy that we run is designed to get you results quickly, and results being booked appointments. So let's talk about the strategy. So volume style marketing is very much about casting out a net. Now, what I mean by that is that our offers are so good that often people feel compelled to book, but it will be all kinds of different people. So it may not necessarily be people that are ready to buy all the retail and to book in 10 appointments in advance because they've only just seen your ad. They don't even know your business. They don't even know your branding. They don't have some of these prospects have never even had a skin treatment service or a beauty service or a hair service before. So there's also, though, a proportion of people in that net that we cast out that may just be in the market for a new therapist or a new stylist, or your ad has popped up in front of them right at the time that they've moved suburbs and they're looking for a new person to do their hair or to treat their skin. So it's a mixed bag of clientele, but when you cast this net out using a volume marketing strategy, it means that you don't just get ideal clients, but you get a lot of different prospects that are at different stages of how warm they are to purchase from you. So the idea about this strategy is it's something called a push strategy. So when you market on Facebook or paid social media, what the philosophy around that is that the ad goes to the audience. The audience is not looking for the ad just pops up in front of people. That's why we get a mixture of clientele and readiness to buy or commitment to purchase, because we take the ad to them. They're not necessarily looking for the service. So a good example of pull marketing would be somebody already looking for the service. So Google, for example, they're already Googling microdermabrasion. Excuse me. So when the Google ad pops up in front of them, they're ready to buy. Okay, and they might have higher levels of investment than someone, say, on a paid ad strategy on social media that has the ad land in front of them, maybe because the algorithm has determined that they're interested, they've expressed or Googled interest in skin treatments or products or whatever it is. There's an interest there, but not necessarily a motivation yet. Right. And I'll talk to you about how we build that motivation through the process. But basically, an ad just lands in front of people that have a general interest, which means that when they click the ad and they book an appointment, they may be at a various stage of readiness and commitment to buy. They could be completely cold, or alternatively, they could be totally hot and ready to, invest in your membership and everything that you have to offer. So it's a mixed bag. We call it a cast net. So what I want to manage in terms of expectations is that this idea that an ideal client or a strategy that is only going to attract ideal clients is quite faulty. Because yes, you can definitely modify your copy. You can obviously try to attract ideal clientele with what you're selling, the modality you're selling or the service that you're selling, the price point that you're selling it at, the way that you write your copy, the way that you craft your creative. But it's not guaranteed to always just get ideal clients. There'll be a proportion of people in there that are ideal, but there'll also be a group of people in there that may not be ideal yet, but through really good consultation structures and high quality customer service, they become good quality clientele and have more readiness to buy. Okay, so the nature of paid social media advertising is that we get a mixed bunch of different people at different stages of their readiness, their willingness, and their commitment to buy. So this marketing strategy requires your business to be set up in a way that can manage volume inquiry. Okay, you might be sitting there thinking, what a dream to have so many people requesting appointments that we can fill our appointment books. That's what this strategy does. However, this strategy also unearths vulnerabilities in businesses that mostly already exist that are magnified by this type of strategy. So, obviously, when we throw out a cast net and we get a whole lot of different types of clientele at different stages of their readiness to buy, the consultation process is really pivotal to being able to convert that client from just being interested to actually being committed and invested. The consultation component really is the determining factor and the main influence as to whether you're going to be able to retain the clients and get high levels of investment from the clients that you get through your paid advertising channels. So it makes sense that as an agency, we would make sure that businesses are very well equipped in the consultation side of things before they start investing in a strategy like this. Because if we didn't do that, the risk is that you go and invest in marketing and then you get bunches of new clients through the front door and then none of them stay. That is definitely not what we want to see as part of this marketing strategy. So we help you fix it before you start marketing. So part of the strategy is not just having a consultation in place, because sometimes there are some views around this marketing strategy being difficult being hard to retain clients from. And yes, it can be challenging because they're cold market. And like I said, they're at different stages of their level of commitment to you. But in the event that you have a consultation structure that doesn't necessarily motivate people, you will find it hard to retain clients. So the motivational training that we do, or the consult training that we do, shows you how to build a consultation structure that not only makes sure that we understand what the client needs, but it motivates the client to commit. So when you come and work with us at Beastmode Marketing, we're not just interested in bringing you leads, we're actually really wanting to make sure that you can retain these clients with a consultation structure that we know works. And this makes it highly likely that you're going to make really good return on investment from this marketing strategy, because not only do you have volumes of clients coming through the front door, but you now have a structured consultation process that is geared towards retaining these clients. Okay, so we're not a marketing agency that just gets you leads. That's not how we measure success. We measure success based on sales and retention. My opinion is that all marketing agencies should do that, but the reality is a very, very small proportion of marketing agencies actually do that, and we do that. So not only do we do the advertising for you, we take care of all of your the technical side of things, getting your ad together, and making sure that what you've got actually sells. And I'll go into that a little bit more later on. But we actually make sure that you have a consultation process that is geared towards retention. And that is not a stock standard consultation process. That's not an education consultation. Yes, education is part of it, but it's a consultation process that is geared towards building motivation in your prospects so that you can retain the clients. All right, what else do we want to go through? Right, so how we're different. We're very different to marketing agencies, and it's not just around the getting you leads. We measure success based on sales and retention, but also we track everything. We make sure that we have a tracking process in place from inquiry all the way through to sale and rebook. So there is a data requirement from you to make sure that you are feeding into our data sheets so that we can make sure that you are making money at all stages of the promotion. So we are not a marketing agency where you'll be sitting there scratching your head thinking, well, I'm not really sure whether I'm making money from this investment. You will know at every single stage of the process whether you're making money and how much money you're making. We have benchmarks around that. So if we have circumstances, very unique circumstances, because a lot of the clients that we work with definitely make money from the outset. But if we have a unique circumstance where the revenue being generated is not where it needs to be, we also have a range of training and support systems to make sure that you're getting good return on investment. Okay, so we're not just measuring leads, which is what most marketing agencies do, but we're actually measuring sales and retention to make sure that you are always making more money than what you're spending or investing on marketing. So very, very important. We obviously give you and the team training around your consultation process to make sure that you are adequately equipped to retain the clients that you have coming in from the social media ads. So we give you a consultation structure that is geared towards lifting motivation of clients to make sure that you can retain these new prospects. So that's another point of difference. The other point of difference is that we are specific, our marketing methodology is specific to the hair, beauty, and aesthetics niche. We don't work with any other industries, and there is a really particular reason why. Because what we do is all tested. So we do something called template marketing. So what that means is that when you get an ad proposal from us, we know that this ad has already worked across other skin, beauty, hair clinics, whatever you are. We know that this ad has already worked. Otherwise, we wouldn't give you the ad to put in your ad account. Now, there is a nuance to that. We can never, ever guarantee, absolute guarantee that marketing is going to work, but we can actually increase the likelihood that it works based on whether it's been tested before. Now, with a lot of generic marketing agencies, most of what they do is not tested for your niche. They'll give you general strategies that might have worked in the gym industry or, in restaurants or hospitality, and then they try and apply it to your industry, and it's hit and miss as to whether it works. The template strategies that we use have already worked. We've already tested them, so we know that they work. But it might require some tweaking around price point, offer, little bits and pieces that we can customize to see whether it's going to land with your demographic. But the very reality that what we've done has already been tried and tested makes it much more likely that your strategy is going to work with us than if you went to a generic marketing agency and they just gave you a generic strategy and they hadn't tested it, right? So there is not a guarantee, right? But there is a high likelihood that what we put in place is going to work because we've tested it, okay? The other part of our strategy that doesn't suit everybody is that obviously because we use templates and that it's already been tried and tested, there is limited capacity for you to change things. So, because what we know is if you change too much about what we do, it then becomes untested and it may not work. So we're not a custom design marketing agency. You're not going to come to us and say, so I'd like this and I want to say it in this way and I want it at this price point, and you just have open slather to tell us what you want to run. Basically, you'll definitely have a choice of what type of modality or service that you would like to sell, but then we would be able to advise you what price point range has worked, what the copy that we've used that's worked before, and we will make some recommendations around what that needs to look like. Okay, so there's limited capacity for you to dictate what this needs to look like because we want to preserve and protect the nature of what's already been tested and what we know already works. So please keep in mind that if you engage us as a marketing agency, we obviously collaborate with you, but the flexibility to change things and to customize things might be limited because we don't want to compromise the tested nature of the templates. So please be mindful of that if you're considering working with us. The other element is that often our offers are quite aggressive on price point. So you might hear people say, don't discount your services because it devalues your brand. We actually have the opposite experience here at Beastmode. And that's not saying that we offer a price point that is going to, really send you backwards. Obviously, we pick a price point that you're comfortable with. It might be a price point that's not going to make you a whole heap of money on the front end. So what I mean by the front end is the first service. If they just book the service and pay for the service, it might not be hugely profitable for you, but that's why we sales train you, because ultimately what you want to be doing is making sure that that client's taking retail, they're taking upgrades, and they're committing to all of your future appointments that you've mapped out for them in advance, which means that that's how the money's made. But the reason why so many book for the offer is because the opening offer, being the price point, is very compelling. But you can make money on the back end, being the retailing, the upgrades, and then obviously getting them sold into packages, memberships becomes then a high value offer. But the front end of the offer, being what goes out initially, is often aggressively placed in terms of pricing. So if you have major resistance towards providing a price point that is going to be compelling, we're probably not the marketing service for you. And like I said, it's not that we bargain basement it either, but we do obviously offer a price point that is competitive, that gets people interested, understanding that we train people to create a consultation process that is so powerful that those clients actually buy retail and book future appointments, and you end up making so much more money in the long run as a result of that initial investment in the aggressive price point. So that's how we're different. that's a little summary of the strategy. I'll also point out that technically what we do and how we do things, and I'll get into commitment levels and what is required from you to work successfully with us, commitment periods, price points, all of those things I'll present in a moment. But basically, how it all works is we put an ad out on social media, being Instagram or Facebook. It's a highly attractive offer, and so attractive that you have volumes of people clicking a button in the ad and then going through into a booking sequence. So the way that we run the booking sequences is through a platform called ManyChat. So we have messenger bots actually take hold of the inquiry and then attempt to nurture the inquiry all the way through to getting all of the information that we need. So the bot's intention is to get the client's email address, their phone number, their preferred day of booking, their preferred time of booking, basically all of the information that we need to go and then look in your appointment books and check whether we've got that time available. So the benefit of that is that you're not going backwards and forwards for 15 messages trying to get somebody's details and trying to get all of the things that you need to get this person booked. Right. So the messenger bot is automatic, it's immediate, right? So it's not gonna, it's gonna mean that someone is immediately responded to. As soon as they click your ad, there's a bot engaging them, asking them, what's your email, what's your phone number, when do you want to come in, what time do you want to come in, what day do you want to come in, right? And that means that it's much more likely that someone's going to be able to respond given they get instant response from your messenger bot. So that means that our conversion is really high from click to booking, getting all of the booking details. Don't get me wrong, sometimes we have people that don't follow the bot, and this is where your lead management is going to come into play. But that direct response and being able to get as much information from the prospect as quick as we can, as immediate as we can, means that it's much more likely that you're going to get all of the information and the commitment that you need to proceed that to an actual confirmed booking. Now, the other point of difference for us is that lead management is extremely important. It can be the difference between you getting a booking and not getting a booking. So there are very specific ways that we engage a lead. All of that is trained. So not only do you get templates that have already been tested, you get sales training to make sure that your sales actually convert, but also we give you training around how to make sure that when you get an inquiry, they actually book an appointment. Like, any problem that we've imagined that can go wrong with this marketing strategy, we've got sorted for you. And then in the event that you don't even want to run your own inbox, we've got virtual assistants that can actually take care of that whole process for you. So if you just want to be someone that shows up to a fully booked appointment book with everybody confirmed, ready to go, you can actually use the VA service. That's obviously an additional cost, but they are all trained and know exactly what they need to do to make sure that if you get an inquiry, that proceeds to a confirmed booking. If you don't want to use the VA, we train you on how to do it, right? So it's a real end-to-end marketing service. We make sure that at every point, if there is a training or a structure that needs to be put in place to make sure that you're going to get really good return, we've taken care of that, whether that be people clicking through the ad, whether that be making sure that the lead management is effective and getting those appointments confirmed, to then making sure that you've got a consultation structure that actually delivers really high levels of commitment. People are taking retail, they're booking all of those appointments in advance. So to me, you can't really get this wrong if you go with us. We make sure that you do everything right, and we have adequate support structures and training and resources in place to make sure that you get it right. All right. So included, there are different subscription levels that are available, but I highly recommend only starting with the baseline subscription first, which is the one ad. Now, generally, and there's I won't specifically say the price because then I've got to film a new video every time it changes, but this starts at $250 a week for your subscription. Okay, the baseline one ad running for 3 months. So the commitment period is 3 months. The reason why it's 3 months is because you need 3 months to be able to test algorithms, to get an ad performing at a really high level. It makes no sense to just run something for a month, right? So we test and measure and ensure the campaign is delivering over a 3-month period of time, giving you enough time to obviously really optimize and maximize the return that you're going to get off that marketing strategy. Now, the guarantee that we do provide is if in the very unique circumstance we do an ad for you and it's not getting the volume and inquiry that it should be, that's fine. We just try something else. So we make sure in that 3-month period of time that what we've given you is actually working. Okay. So we'll never leave you with an ad that is not high performing. We will always make modifications or replace the ad in the event it doesn't work. But the commitment period to that process is 3 months. Okay, because ideally that is the time period that gets optimal results, gets return on investment for people. And then the baseline subscription starts at $250. And what is included in that is all of the back end of the technical build of your Facebook ad. You'll never, ever have to get into the back end of your Facebook ads manager ever again. So if that's attractive to you, which is attractive to most people because they get in there and it just looks like double Dutch in there to most people, but we take care of all the back end, the ad setup, the optimization. You will be required to obviously give us some assets. So we only use in-salon or in-clinic images and videos because that's what we find works. So you'll be required to provide us with some creative assets, but all of the rest, the copy, the offer, and making sure that's all right and is compelling and high volume, optimization of the ads, building of the ads, monitoring of the ads is all taken care of by us. Okay, so all you need to worry about is confirming your appointments, making sure that they show up and selling. That's all you need to worry about. In addition to that, though, you also get access to our online sales training. So you and your team will get access to this training. It is a module-based training program. It will have all of the script that you need to map out your consultation process. Basically, an online training program that has everything that you need to get your motivational consultation structure in place. So that is also included in your package. The only thing that the package doesn't include is your Facebook ad fees. So our testing budget is $27 a day. So that will go directly to Facebook. It doesn't come to us. You put a credit card on your Facebook ad account and Facebook will bill you for that budget. And that just makes sure that it goes towards showing your ad to the right people. Okay, so as I said, budget ensures that, Facebook is then deciding, we obviously set up the audiences, but how much exposure you get will depend on how much budget you have on your ad. So our starting budgets are $27. To increase budget, that is completely up to you. We provide advice and guidance around that. We can provide recommendation as to whether we think that's a good idea. Obviously, more budget, more volume, right? So, there's definitely situations where if you're making a certain amount of money and you want to make more, and all of the stats, because we record everything, right, and we're tracking everything, are measuring up, you can actually increase your budget beyond $27 a day. It makes sense. For every dollar that you're making, if you're making $4, why wouldn't you put $50 in, right? But again, all of that is done under consultation and under our guidance and recommendation as to whether you want to spend more than $27 a day. But that is not included in your fees, and that goes directly to Facebook using a credit card that is on your Facebook ad account. The other point about that is that all the ads are run from your business ad account. We don't have our own agency accounts. You have access to all of the ads. The only thing that I would say about that is in the event that you don't continue in contract with us, that intellectual property will be removed from your account. So you do not have permission to use the Facebook advertisement of Beastmode Marketing or the intellectual property of Beastmode Marketing if you are not a paid subscriber of Beastmode Marketing. So, but we won't go in and shut down your ad account. If you decide that you want to offboard, we will just go in, remove the property, and remove ourselves from your ad account, and then you've still got free reign on your ad account. And that's different to some other ad agencies that use ad agency accounts, which means that you are locked out, you don't have access. And often what that means is when they cut you off, when you don't want to work with them anymore, all of your intelligence and your algorithms and all of everything that you've built in that ad account is actually gone, and you will need to start again. That doesn't happen with us. Your ad will be gone, but all of the intelligence and the algorithm will still be in your account, and you can just pick up and where you left off and continue marketing if that's what you choose to do, but not with our intellectual property, right? All right. So important parts are, we're right for you if you need volume. Okay, if you need bums on seats, we're the people for you. We're right for you if you are open to being told what to do, right? Because what we do works, but it follows a template and there's a structure that we follow. So we're not for you if you want to dictate exactly what your marketing needs to look like. So if you're okay with taking instruction and being told what works, with collaboration, obviously we're not running a dictatorship here. We will work with you, but there is limited amount of changes sometimes that you can make to the copy and the offer, because we don't want to invalidate the results that we've already tested before. We track end to end. So we're the marketing agency for you if you want to know at any given time how much money you've made from your marketing investment. You will never be flying blind with us. We're the marketing agency for you if you might need some help with your sales process. Okay, you need a consultation that's going to make sure that you retain these clients. We fix all of that. We're the marketing agency for you if you need some help with your lead management to make sure that all the people that have made inquiries actually show up into a booked appointment. Right. So there's so many nuances to what we do and how we do things that if all of those things tick your boxes, then we're the marketing agency for you. So you might already have a call booked with me to go through, or me or my team to go through the details of what that looks like. Or if you haven't yet booked a call and you're nodding to all of the things that I'm saying that we do and how we're different to other marketing agencies, book a call now, and we will see whether you're a good fit or not. We don't just sell to anybody, we sell to the right people who are ready and are good candidates for this style of marketing. So even if you're confused and you're not sure, book a call and we will let you know whether this is going to be the right strategy for you.